Liz, and welcome to my podcast, Spiritually Speaking with Liz. I've got a very exciting guest for you in a moment, but before we start, I just want to remind you to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel, click the little notification bell, and also on the podcast, whichever podcast app you use, if you follow, then you'll get every time I upload, it'll come straight up for you. And also you could leave a little review if you like, that would be really cool. Okay, without further ado, today we are joined by the fabulous Candice. So Candice is one of the Law of Attraction twins. She is a co-author with her twin Tesha of the book In Two Minds, A Guide to Manifesting Your Heart's Sparkling Desires, and also Rise and Sparkle Law of Attraction Journal. And you were also an expert for Spirit and Destiny, weren't you, when they were running?
Yeah, we were. Yeah.
So Candice, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me.
Oh, thanks for having me. I'm really excited to be able to do this. Bit
You...
weird doing it on my own as well.
yeah, I imagine. Are you getting used to that now?
Yeah, it's different because usually you have like the breaks and you have time to think in between, but this is like you got to think for yourself.
Yeah, indeed. Okay, so let's dive in. So before manifesting and law of attraction, particularly, I mean, it's been about for a long time since The Secret, I think was, I mean, obviously it was before then, but The Secret sort of like pushed it forward. But I think the last couple of years, 2-3 years, it's really become quite a buzzword, hasn't it? It's really become, like on social media feeds, there's always something about manifesting, there's always something about attraction. So can you tell, what is the law of attraction?
So the law of attraction, in my opinion, is you attract things into your world, into your reality that you want. So I believe that you're manifesting all of the time, everything that we've got around us, our house, our relationships, or our animals, or the way that we feel. And we're manifesting all of the time. And the law of attraction and manifestation to me is getting really good at attracting the things that you want into your reality. So and that can come with challenges, because for lots of us, including myself, there is things in my reality that I don't want. So it's being able to acknowledge what those things are and actually move them out of the way, so you can create a world and a life that feels really, really amazing. And it's just really amazing to be able to help people to do that, and to see worlds, lives change, and to attract just amazing things. And it isn't always about, the tangible things. Actually, it's about the inside and the way that you feel on the inside. And for me, one of my biggest manifestations is actually speaking, because I really found it difficult to be able to speak and articulate my wants, my needs, and to be sat here and doing this right now is a blessing in itself.
That's incredible. I didn't know that. Yeah, that really shows how it can work, because I think a big misconception is that people think it's just things, don't they? They just think it's the car, it's the house. And also what people don't seem to realize is that they pick the book up, they read the book, and right, yeah. And then they put the book down, and then they go back to thinking the same thoughts of the lack, and that I'll never have enough of, or I can't. And like you've just eloquently said, we are creating our own reality with every thought, aren't we?
Yeah, we are. And the thing is that with lots of people, and I always include myself in this because I'm part of collective of learning as well, is actually we get the thing and then it just quite isn't really enough, or it isn't just quite what we want. And there's definitely in society this need of wanting more and needing more, even when you've got just amazing things around you already. And that's really key in manifestation, is actually acknowledging that what we have right here, right now, is a blessing, and being able to tweak that and to find gratitude in where we're at is really, really important, because it lets go of that resistance around, you're wanting something else. And obviously it's really important to have those desires, but one of the key principles in manifestation is actually accepting and finding gratitude in where we currently are, and find lots of clients and people will get that income or that car, that house, that holiday, and then like people get it all the time, like post-holiday blues. You've gone on holiday, you've had an amazing time, then you've come back to reality, and it's like there's this seeking energy that is really prominent in society at the moment. And it's that where we just need to almost sit back and have that bird's eye view on our world and just be so grateful of what we do have, because we have a lot.
We do. That's a really good way of putting it. And you obviously help people. You give people that bird's eye view, don't you, with how you work with them?
Yeah, because it's easy. It's easy to kind of be on the outside and almost see it for somebody else. And when you're inside your world and your life, you get so caught up in negativity and drama and just general low vibration. So to be able to almost bring that bird's eye view on somebody's destiny and to be able to see what the future holds, and not only that, with manifestation, it's actually really important to be taking that aligned action, because we can all sit there and dream. It's like you said with the book, it's like we can read that book and understand the concept of it, but are we actually taking that step towards the thing that we want and the things that we want? And for most of us, including myself, it's like we get caught up in this autopilot where we're not quite getting there, or we're not quite going there. And it's about really uplifting people and collectives of people to be able to move and find momentum on their journey. And that's the exciting bit about manifestation.
So where did this all begin for you?
I say I because I introduced my twin to journaling. So we've always been connected as twins. We've always had this kind of telepathy of being able to read minds and to sense energy and to feel and to see futures. That's basically what we can see. So people naturally did come to us. And we are also qualified teachers as well. So we've always been in the position of teaching, guiding, leading, and learning. And then in our career 6 years ago, I found a journaling course, which was with the Law of Attraction coach, and never heard of journaling before, but thought that sounds really great. It was it's dream day journaling. So you journal as if it's your dream day, which is really, really empowering. And that's what we've kind of created within our book, Rise and Sparkle, our journal. So I found a course and I just thought that would be amazing. And I mentioned it to Tish, and Tish obviously just trusts everything I say. So signed her up too. She had no clue. And so the course starts day one. It was 30 days of writing your dream life and learning how to do that, and manifesting as well. So day one, the module starts, the virtual masterclass starts. Call Tish, have you watched it? And no, what is it? I don't know what it is. Just watch it, do it. So we were both taking part individually as individuals, writing dream day journaling. And then we were obviously having conversations around what was coming up in the dream day journaling. So we were both writing about having an online business, having clients, having laptop lifestyle, luxury lifestyle, and just helping people, because I think that's naturally what both of us have been used to doing through our teaching. And we were having a conversation. So this was about 20 days into the writing, and it's getting really exciting. And we just had this idea, why don't we become the LOA twins, the Law of Attraction twins? And it was just literally a thought like that. We were like, wow, aha, yeah, let's do it. We don't know the how, but with the Law of Attraction, you don't need to know the how, you just need to know what you want. We knew obviously the concept and the things that we wanted were similar. So why not just create a twin brand and create something where we help people to manifest sparkle and all that they want? And it was literally a thought that bloomed into multiple six-figure business. That's what we are. And we've been that for five or 6 years. And again, it isn't about that. It's about the ripple effect that we've been able to create in our world, but also on earth, and the positivity and the lightness that we've been able to bring. And then understanding that. But again, it's not been a thought through thing. It's been a follow the seeds of desire. Oh, this feels good. That feels good. Let's try that. Let's try that. And then we created an amazing brand. And what's interesting is we're both completely different. We're both even though we're identical twins, we're completely different. So Tesha's more flow, creative, and I'm more strategic, actually. And that's where the brand evolved into business and helping people to create lives that they want through their soul purpose and their ideas and thoughts. So people come to us and say they've got this, and actually they don't come to us knowing. So we do what's called destiny readings. And these readings, we are able to connect into somebody's destiny and see past, present, and future, and then deliver them with what they're supposed to be doing, whether that's business, whether it's not, whether it's just being a mum, and being able to see that. And that's where the telepathy comes in, and all the spirituality like flowed in. And it wasn't something we planned. Like, we didn't know we were psychic, telepathic. We didn't know this. All
Really?
we knew.
So not from a young age, you had no...
Well, we knew that we could kind of read each other's minds, and we kind of always had that inner sense at each other.
Mm-hmm.
But we didn't almost, when we started the brand, we didn't start it thinking, yeah, we're going to be psychic, we're going to be healers, we're going to be kind of seeing these things. It was actually only 3 years in, and our business coach at the time said, what are you though? And we were picking everything out of the sky. We're business coaches, and then I remember Tesha saying, we're psychic. And it was like, oh yeah, we are. And it was literally like that. And then we developed destiny readings. So everything with the manifestation comes easy. And when it flows with ease and flow, that's when you know it's right, because you don't have to think, you have to feel. You feel in your heart that this is the right thing, and it flows. And just really blessed for what we've created and still creating.
Yeah, it's amazing what you have created. Now, you see, you seem to me to sort of focus on female entrepreneurs. Would that be a right statement?
With our coaching, yes, in terms of like our one-to-one coaching, but in terms of destiny readings, and we do twin intensives and mini intensives and stuff like that, no. It's whoever flows in and whatever we see and whether it suits. So we do work with a plethora of people, but we do specialize in business and helping people to get that too. And I guess that's the law of attraction as well as manifestation, is there are no limits. It's limitless, where you can take things, and there's no almost those restrictions. We've created many courses in different areas: high self, connection, energy, and also we're healers as well. So through our work, we're able to heal. So we're able to see inside the body, and we've developed that through the brand. Like, we've developed our gift is being able to see through the body. We've helped people to conceive babies. Like, it's not just business, it's like there's many things. And also the lady specifically who created life, because that's manifestation, then has gone on to create a business of helping other people to create life. So it then ripples on through to others and beyond, and that's just the power of what we've created.
That's incredible. I didn't know that about the healing side as well.
Yeah, because we obviously knew that we've developed our psychic abilities, so we can see, hear, sense, know, feel, smell. So we've got all the voyances and more. So we have our own capabilities. So So for example, destiny, which is the destiny readings that we do, we have our own process that we're connecting to within the multiverse. So nobody on earth has it. It's our gift, and it's our almost toolkit. And through that's where we use what's called, I'm going woo-woo on you now.
Listen, I'm the queen of woo-woo, don't worry. I love a bit of woo-woo.
And so as part of the readings, one of the tools that we use is called wand. So it's like fairy godmother, you know, like an actual wand.
Yeah.
And we can deliver targeted healing within the body. So I'll give you an example of this because it's actually a miracle. So one of our clients is amazing. She literally she does everything with us. And she came to us first for a reading. And on the reading, we sensed like lots of children around her, and there was some resistance around pregnancy. And basically, she'd had an ectopic pregnancy, and she'd struggled to conceive since she'd had it. So anyway, we'd done this healing on her. And so it was like 20-minute healing. She had her eyes closed. Me and Tesha were working through the healing, and then save it, send it over. And then it was weeks, and she'd manifested the baby. And then we said, could we have that recording back? Because we don't know what we did. Because it's all guided. It's not blueprint. It was specific to her and her baby and her manifestation. And during the pregnancy, she actually got a cyst on her ovary or something like that. So she contacts us. Oh, like it was obviously quite serious because she's having a baby. So they were going to do an operation on her. So we were like, right, come back. We got to do some targeted healing on you. So we used wand, which is a concentrated healing. And we basically zapped the cyst, and she went back for the operation, and it's gone. So she didn't have to have it. So just miracles like that, where you're actually helping people to not just create amazing lives, to actually create health and healing. And that's one of the miracles, I guess. It's one of the things that we didn't think at the time that we would be helping and creating, but actually to help somebody with something so precious as that, it's like she'll forever be in our lives because of the journey that we've been through and then they become friends, because you develop that connection with people, because we actually do really care. It's not about business, it's about life and helping people to live their greatest lives, and that's health as well. It's really, really important.
That's incredible.
It is amazing.
Yeah. What a heartwarming story that is. It really, truly is.
Yeah, it is.
So what would you say the difference is between working with a business and working with somebody personally? Is there like a same sort of guidelines? Is there, or, you know, do you follow like the same structure, or is it completely different?
Yeah, so we always say like what happens in your life is reflected in your business, and what happens in your business is reflected in your life. Mm-hmm. So it's really important to alignment is really key to what it is that you're wanting in terms of your life goals, and ensuring that that's reflected in your business. So for example, if you desire a freedom lifestyle, for example, but then you're on business currently, or was thinking, I want to manifest a full-time business, it's like it's actually in conflict to what you're asking for. So what's really important is to get really clear on what those desires are in terms of your soul's purpose and what you're wanting, and then reflecting that through into actual tangible things in your business. So for example, the team, if you have a team, who you're working with, what your principles, what your morals, and those are generally the same. So even though life and living is quite different to work, but it's really important that they kind of align together, and getting that alignment isn't always easy. And I think a big thing that comes up with manifestation is also money as well. It's like one of the top things is that you want that amazing business, but the money's not there. But one of the things is that you can create things without money these days. There's so many things out there that can help you to start that process. And it's that then when you start the process, it's like us with the journaling. It didn't start with money. It didn't start with an idea. It just started with an intention to have a laptop lifestyle. So the journaling, I think, is one of the biggest tools really or easiest tools, I'd say, to almost get that clarity on what you're wanting in your life. And then you may not want a business. The thing is people have businesses, but they don't actually desire them deep down. They're actually desiring something else. So the journaling allows you to almost get that clarity on what you want, where you're going, who's in your life, what's around you, and then you can then flow to action towards business, sole purpose or not, and making those aligned steps and taking those aligned steps.
Yeah, that makes sense. So obviously people can buy the journal to help them through that, but could you just give us maybe 3 or 4 journaling prompts just to help people that think, oh, I want to try this? What could help them?
Okay, so today I've woken up and I'm on a gorgeous beach with the waves flowing and the sound of laughter in the background. That's one. And then ... you flow with that. And there are some prompts, I think, in the journal as well. How does that sound?
Wonderful. I was there with you.
That's a part of it, is the imagination. And it almost sparks that, oh, that's what I want. So what I would say in terms of the prompts is the prompts need to align to what you're asking for. So let's say you want in a car, it's like I've just collected my brand new Range Rover and I've got in the car, and the smell of a brand new car just smells absolutely amazing. So you start to like tap into the senses and the feeling of it, rather than just the thing. And then you start to kind of bask in what else. Okay, you've got your car, it smells amazing, you're driving down the road, and all you can see is the sea and waves in the background. I'm obviously aligning to going to the beach at the minute. So you kind of tap into what you can see, smell, hear, sense, and almost desire. That's what it is. And then you just roll with that and the pen, and you allow the pen to just go. And it may be that you're driving to your new love, the love of your life, who you've just met, and he's everything that you want. And you start to kind of just flow with where that goes, if that makes sense. Another prompt is a money one is that you've just gone to your bank balance. And from the thing is with this is that this is intuitively, I'm feeling this with watchers, is that you don't want to write about anything that makes you feel icky. Because basically if you start, let's say, because most people do have resistance to money, if you start writing about money, what happens is that it can then start generating low vibration and fear, basically, which then pushes the money further away. So if you are struggling with finances, money, and you are manifesting money, the better way to do it is almost to kind of dance around that. So rather than going to money, go to an experience that the money will or shall bring. So what is it you'd spend on the money, and then go to that and then start kind of basking in that, rather than the money directly. Although I can talk about money, I can write about money, and it does manifest. And it just depends on what type of manifestor you are, because there's different types. You've got ones that are more outcome and ones that are more journey led, where you bathe in the journey. And some people can just say, right, I want that, and then manifest that. So I'm interested to know what you are as a manifestor. Do you feel like you manifest on demand, or do you feel like you manifest by kind of feeling and flowing your way through?
I'm not sure. When I put my mind to something, then it flows.
Yeah. Yeah.
Example, we lived in Spain for 10 years.
Nice.
Decided it was time to come back. We tentatively put feelers out of what we were going to do. Kev, my husband, we came back to the UK for a visit. He had to do an update course thing. So I was driving around with my parents looking at houses. And there were just things like the house that we ended up living in. My dad said, oh, let's go to this village. And I said, oh, Dad, we won't be able to afford to go there. Limit.
Distance.
Yeah. And he said, oh, well, we'll just drive through anyway. And there was a house up for rent privately. So we were like, right, okay, went to look at it. It was great, fitted what we needed. And I arranged to take my husband back to look at it. And when we went back to look at it, the name of the place is my nickname from him.
Yes, that's a synchronicity. Yeah.
So, and then, so we made that decision, right, we're coming back. We had an old dog. So I said, I'm not interested in cars. So I just said, I want a car that has a flat boot because he's old and blind, so getting him in and out.
Yeah.
And then a couple of days later, my friend, who sadly her mum had passed away in the UK, she lived in Spain near us. She was over here sorting out her mum's affairs. And she said, if I bring back my car I had here, because I want to bring some stuff back here, would you be interested in buying it to take it back? I said, does it have a flat boot? She said, do you not want to know what it is? I went, no. Does it have a flat boot? And
yeah.
she said, it does actually. I said, yeah, okay, I'll have it.
Yeah.
And then the car I had sold immediately. It just, all the journey back, the hotels, the ferries, everything just flowed.
Yeah. So that's it's really nice actually, because you start with manifestation. What you started to do is almost get those synchronicities coming through.
Mm-hmm.
And you get lots of people like, I just want a sign, but it's like the signs are usually there, it's just that you're not seeing them or you're not acknowledging them. So I love the fact that you had almost had those visions and those intentions in your mind, and then it manifests through. So I love that.
Yeah, and I think I can see with myself how when you stop being in the flow, when fear comes in, when you're not being grateful, there's you want to control things.
Yeah.
And so then the flow goes, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It's very much about allowing the universe to do the work.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a saying that you only need to do 1% and the universe does 99%. But are you doing your 1%?
Well, yeah.
And it's like, but what's my 1%? And am I doing it? And it really does. And then it's at that point when you've done your bit, rather than get intense on it and force and pressure and control, what you actually need to do is step back and surrender and just go, right, allow, and be in that allowing mode of just, oh, there's a phone call or there's this and that. And it's actually because people are so caught up in it not happening and when's it happening and all these kind of low vibrational concepts, what happens is it actually pushes what you're asking further away. So, and it is so exciting when you start to see those signs and you start to acknowledge. But what was really clear with what you said is the clarity on what you're asking for. It wasn't just a car, it was a car with a flat boot. Mm-hmm. And it's like, and then the phone call, has it got that? Yes, okay, that's right then. That almost gives you that tick. Mm-hmm. And it's being playful with the universe and being playful with manifestation. It doesn't have to be serious. And actually in our collective, we've got our Facebook group called High Self Collective on Facebook. And there's a running joke in there because we did a live at one point and Tesha had asked me something that had manifested. And no, sorry, I was talking about resistance. And there was a period of time last year, and I got to the point where everything was breaking, like literally everything was breaking. And then I was walking down the road and my flip-flop broke. And I was like, I actually can't not laugh. Like, it's like the universe is like, there's newness coming. So everything was breaking. So I was in the middle of the road, my flip-flop had broken, and then my sister had asked, like, but where was the flip-flops from? And I was like, they're from a spa. And we were just in hysterics because it was like they were free flip-flops, but I was devastated. And then I've only gone and manifested I went back to that spa this year, and I've manifested the same pair. I got a free pair from them. And I was like, this is just brilliant. So it doesn't have to be like this forceful thing. It's like, the more playful you can be, you'll just notice that you're getting free stuff. And, you know, you go to a spa and you get upgraded. And it's these types of things where you actually start to notice that we're actually manifesting amazingness all of the time. And actually the lightness of it, it just creates a playful energy. And I just feel like that's one of the key things in manifestation is life is not that serious. I know, yes, my flip-flop broke, but it was like it just brought back reality. Is like, we do take things seriously a lot of the times, and that energy can be quite resistant. So one of my top tips is get back, be playful, laugh at yourself, and be upbeat, and that energy just has some magnetic attraction. That's why as twins, I think we get so many things as twins. We go somewhere, we get upgraded. It's because we're laughing and we're happy, and that upbeat energy is one of my top tips to manifesting what you want.
Yeah, I love that. Here's one for you then. This last week or so, I have been speaking to a lot of therapists, like massage therapists, reflexologists, and they're all saying the same thing. I haven't got any money. I'm not getting clients. I don't know what's happening. You know, we're going into winter, everything's dark. So it seems quite a negative spin. People haven't got any money. They're not buying. I'm seen as a luxury. How would you help? I know it's the personal details as well, but on a generic side, how would you help people turn that around? How can therapists attract more clients, for example?
Okay, so I'll give you a few things. So the first thing that popped in my mind was feel good. Feeling good is at the heart. My tummy's gone warm, and that means truth. So feeling good in where you are right now, it's like I said, with gratitude, but on a deeper level is going outside, stepping outside your back door, putting your feet on the ground and just smelling and feeling air and breathing. All other things as well is what you said was there's a lot of there's not enough, I can't, where are they? And that's language is one, is you start to shift your language. My clients are out there. I'm so excited to align to who they are. And also, not everybody on earth doesn't have money. Not everybody on earth, not all your dream clients will be struggling. Is that the dog barking? I think the dog agrees a little bit. I love that as well, because like dogs and animals are I was reading something up about this, like they're in alignment, like they just sleep and they're just so precious. They manifest and they help us to manifest because they help to calm us and all these things. So I love that she agreed.
Yeah, she did very vocally. So can we go back?
Yeah, feeling good. Number 2 would be language. Is what are you saying to what are you putting out there? They're not there, or where are they? I'm excited for them to flow in. I'm going to put myself in different circumstances in order to attract my dream soul client. So you start to reword your actual language, and with that comes intention and also energy. Is they feel completely different. Oh, they're not coming, that feels heavy to me. It's like, where are they? That feels like, it's like, okay, I'm ready for you, bring it on. And it's like the language that is spoken is really important. But also behind that is actually the fears that are there. So why is it that you feel that there's no money there? Is there fears there? And this is the thing with with money again, and it does relate really closely with clients, because it's actually not about the clients not being there. It's actually about the fears that you hold in relation to not having clients. So for example, it could be that you actually the fear of failure, the fear of success. That's a massive one. It's that, what, I actually fear success? Yeah, you do. The fear of, so for example, I had the fear of speaking, so that needed to be resolved, because if I've got a fear of speaking and I'm leading a podcast or a one-to-one, and I'm actually fearing speaking, I'm actually generating fear, which is actually pushing clients further away. So actually what's really important is to acknowledge what fears you hold around clients, money, business, success, and those. So rather than focus on why they're not coming in, it's like, okay, what, you almost have to start mopping up your own limiting beliefs, the beliefs that you've had and probably had for a lifetime from, and they probably didn't come from now, they came from before. And then this is where the journey starts, is you actually need to understand where they came from in the first place. And that's where the one-to-one almost evolves into that deeper level, because it's not just about, you know, getting them, it's actually about the work that you need, the inner work you need to do in order to clear and mop up those limiting beliefs.
It's facing the shadow, isn't it? A lot of people don't want to look at the shadow. They just want
Yeah.
to the light and fluffy things. And we all do. Nobody really enjoys it per se, but it's something that has to be done, isn't it? Because what we've been conditioned with as children, you know, in our homes, in our friends' homes, in schools, in clubs, you know, whatever we were a part of, brownies or whatever then we are conditioned with, this is how a girl should be. This is what you should do. People who have money are flashy, or, you know, there's all sorts that go around.
Yeah, and there's almost like this misconception that wanting money is a bad thing. And it's like, well, no, it's not, because it's desire. So whatever you desire is relevant. It's important, and almost moving those systems and stereotypes and all of that out the way in order to really get to the clarity of where you are. And then I call it
I like it.
Exactly, you have to shift the shit out the way. And it's not just other people's, it's also our own. And I'm a firm believer is actually we actually need to consider our own beliefs and our own things that are there in order to create. And that's tough for some people, for most people, because we don't always want to go there. We don't always want to go to actually what I need to do, what I need to clear up. But actually in the clearing up and the acknowledging that actually this started from a child, this started from birth, this started from them and is manifested. And that's the thing in manifestation is the speaking fear that I had was not in relation to business. It was my biggest fear in starting the business. But then when I look back, I'd had the fear from a baby. I didn't speak until I was 4 because I was fearful of speaking. And then it manifests in relationships, in things, in everything. And then it comes to an adult and then you're like, yeah, I'm scared of talking, but you don't sometimes recognize where it came from. So that would be my one top tip as well, is what acknowledge what your fears are as a person, and then acknowledge where they came from. Acknowledge what caused them, what came up, why is it there? Because it's fear that is one of the biggest blocks of manifestation, of actually stopping you from moving forward. So if I hadn't have cleared up my shit with speaking, I wouldn't be sat here now, because I'd be shaking. My hands would literally be shaking, my lips would be trembling, and I wouldn't be able to deliver. So it just goes to show that actually clearing it leads you to the next best thing. And that's the exciting thing, is actually by clearing this up, it's going to lead me to greatness. And there's so many people out there that have these fears, but it's stopping them from moving forward with manifestation, because it can't happen until you do that.
I think that's massive, because people from the outside looking at people like you, oh, well, it's all right for her.
Yeah.
Everything comes to her, but they're not seeing that the work that you've done behind the scenes, and the
Yeah.
fact that nobody's ever an overnight success.
No.
People,
That's the
I think,
thing.
people think just suddenly, oh, LOA Twins, and then boof, you're off. But
Yeah.
they haven't seen the work it's taken to get there, the behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah.
And like you say, clearing things from childhood. I mean, I would imagine being a twin, you didn't really have to talk because you were communicating with one another.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
would have made it a bit harder in one sense, but then now you've turned that round into the gift that it is.
Yeah. The thing is that some of the greatest people out there are people that have been through the biggest journeys. Like, we see it all the time. And we've also been through massive journeys ourselves as individuals and also as a pair. And again, our network do know some of those details. It's not important to go into it, but people see us smiling and happy and that, and it's like they think it's easy, and it really hasn't. It really hasn't been easy. It hasn't been easy as a soul, as individuals, but also in togetherness, because we are two different people with two different wants, and then aligning that to what we both want, which is why I'm sat here today, is because there's part of Tesha's soul that wants to work with children, so she works with children. And we got to the point where we've got to start to do different things, and also we don't always have to be together at the same time to be able to deliver. And also, I'm a soul who can speak and to deliver services as a solo, and I don't need Tish to be here, because energetically we're always connected, if that makes sense. So it really is that people watching will be thinking, I can't do that, or this has happened to me, it's all doom and gloom. But it's like, that's more reason to do it, because actually your reason to become a coach or to be a mentor, therapist, or whatever it is that you are aligning to on your soul contract, is all part of what you've been through. It's the beauty of it is actually me sat here now is all of the work that are put into, and also all of the ebbs and flows that have led me to this point, that make this even more important and more special. And it gives what you do substance, because actually what you've been through, you grow through. And to help other people with that, if you want to, it's not always in alignment to do that, or it may be in a discreet way, or there's different ways it can evolve. But definitely everything that I've been through, even though it's been some really challenging things, it's led me to who I am right now, and I'm proud of her. And this is why I'm proud of so many people that go through these, I don't want to go through this. And it's like, you're going through it because you're here to help, to lead, to grow, to guide, whether that's for your child, your children, or your friends. It doesn't have to be in that big concept, but it's that, using that as a catalyst to, oh, I've got goosebumps, using it as a catalyst to glow and to grow. And that's the power of you. And manifestation is not just knowing what you want and kind of taking them steps. It's actually taking it by the reins and going, I'm going for this because it matters. And that's what brings, so we work with amazing clients, just therapists, healers, so many. And we are all one. We are all one. Whoever's watching this you've manifested sitting here watching it, if you're still watching. And we're all one. And I just love life and I love people.
And it shows. And I love that whole statement that you've just said, ending in that you love yourself. I think that's so important, because so many people, how can you attract all this, what you wanted to attract, if you don't like yourself, if you don't, you're not in alignment, then are you? You're going to feel not deserving or unworthy, because there's some aspect of you that you don't like. So it's not aligning, is it?
Yeah, one twin went on to work with children,
Mm-hmm.
and then my soul was aligning to self-love. So I actually have the membership, which is self-love and manifestation, because I was like, you can't have manifestation without literally what you've just said. You can't have it. They don't go, because self-love is the heart of alignment and feeling good. And actually, in order to manifest, like I said it before, it's like you actually have to feel good in you before you even start thinking about other people, relationships. It's actually you at the heart of everything. And so many people don't know what makes them happy. They don't feel fulfilled. So it's actually having a life of fulfillment then brings abundance, then brings soul purpose, business. It's like it's a secondary thing. And I think we're taught at school to go to that secondary thing first.
Yeah.
And then we're bottom of the pile.
Mm.
And it's actually flipping that on its head and going, no. Actually, I'm actually just going to go to the pool. I actually did this in the summer. So I was obviously having to think through strategically what was going to happen, because Tesha moved out into work with children. I'm still wanting to work one-to-one, and she'll still do events and she's still involved. So rather than go in my head and think, how am I going to do this? How's this going to work? I actually went to the pool. And I was like, I'm actually going to do nothing. I'm actually going to not think about the tax man, HMRC. I'm not going to think about money. I'm actually going to just sit and bathe in the sun and just put myself first for once. And it all sorts out. It just flows. And you actually feel good and start loving your life as well. So I'd say self-love is at the heart of manifestation. It definitely is.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I noticed a shift as that started. You know, just start liking yourself, don't you? Liking your own company, and then it grows and grows from there. So let me ask you this question, Candice. On a daily basis, what is your self-care? What is your non-negotiable? What you do for yourself every day?
Okay, so as part of some of my principles are so you've got work, family, and play. So you've got your work, which could be being a mum, it could be having a business, it could be actually going to work, it could be a side hustle. You've also got your family, your friends, responsibilities, dog, animals, pets, and then you've also got play, which is your time, you time, things that you like. So one thing that I do is make sure, try to, because this is work in progress here, is get those all in equilibrium. So by equilibrium, I mean equal balance. So if you think about your day, most people spend 80% of it, even 90, sometimes more of it in work. We're conditioned to that's what happens. So what I do is I try, and I don't like using the word try. I really do work it, and that's the language. Is get those in 33%. So if I've been working, so like for example, after this call, I'll go for a walk with Milo, that's my dog, and that will then bring me into family energy. And then so some of my play, so play is a separate thing. So play, I go to gym, and I highly believe in not gym itself, but exercise, because it takes us back to feel good again. And feel good is really important in terms of manifesting. So exercise, when we exercise, it rushes our body with happy hormones. And then when you then do come to work, you feel happier because your body has been, it's been provided with what it needs. It needs to be happy. It wants to be happy. So I exercise 3 times a week. And that can range from yoga. So I love yoga. Also, me and Tish, we were dance teachers. So we were very much creative people. And I don't go to dance class. Actually, I did go to a salsa class the other week. So any form of movement, exercise, Pilates, and I'd say for anybody watching, find something that you like. And actually, sometimes it's actually about going outside of your comfort zones and going, I would never think I'd go to the gym and do weights, but I actually do, and I love it. Because I love the feeling of it that happens afterwards. And sometimes it's actually putting yourself out of that comfort zone to then reap the rewards, which is physically feeling good. And then off the back of that is manifestation, because when we're in alignment physically, we then manifest what we want. So other things I do is I love going out. So the thing is that I'm a normal, I want to say normal girl, but I love having cocktails and going out, dancing, parties. Like this weekend, I'm going to a Halloween party, dressing up. So it's these types of things that get us in that play energy. And it goes back to what we were saying before around play. It's like play is the quickest momentum for manifestation. So on the weekends where I've gone out, I've been with friends, I've been happy socializing, and doing things out of my comfort zone. When I come back to work, the clients are rolling in. Literally, the clients, you don't have to find them. The business, the people, the potential clients roll in because I've been in alignment, which is having fun and having that time. And then when I come back to business, it's like, I want to actually do this because I want to do my 33%. So it's about really having those the balance between the three: work, family, play, and not spending all your time with family when you're not putting any time to yourself. So it's about having those equal amounts, which is the difficult part because people have different ones. So I can see which people have. For you, yours feel quite balanced. For yours feel quite balanced. But for some people, they'll have extreme, like their energy is in like masculine mode of work, if they're female. Yeah, hope that answers the question.
It does.
I could talk for hours.
Keep going. Do you follow a meditation practice? So I know that's more, Tish was more the meditation side, wasn't she?
Yeah.
So do you do like a daily meditation? Do you journal daily?
So I sit there in the morning. So again, we're very different. Tish would do a practice. I'm a little bit more sit and have my coffee and just let my imagination go wild and just let it flow and just connection. And to me, meditation doesn't mean sitting and closing your eyes. To me, meditation means connecting inwards and having a play with your imagination and seeing where it's going. And also God. I prayed this morning. So I do pray to God, ask God for clarity and all of that. And then also higher self. So everybody's got a higher self. This is a whole another podcast though for you.
Come back on that one.
Yeah, but spiritual guides and spiritual team is also part of what I do
on a daily basis.
Yeah. And also it's they're there all the time. Like your higher self is with you when you walk down the road, so you don't have to have these designated times. You can learn to actually flow with the powers of the universe all of the time. And if you can do that, the quicker you manifest them, because you're actually connected to source. And source can be whatever you feel it is, God, angels. It's having that connection and allowing the non-physical connection to support you with your journey. It really does help.
Well, that's when you know that you're winning at life, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, not always, because sometimes they ask of you some things that you don't want as well. You're like, no.
Today, not today.
No time of concept as well. In the night, middle of the night, wake you up. I did a masterclass. It was on Friday, and it's Infinity. That's what it's called, and it's all around soul purpose and abundance. And the first masterclass started on Friday. So Thursday, no insight at all of what masterclass was going to be. But then, as I was sleeping in the middle of the night, all this guidance starts coming in, and I was like, this is actually genius. So it sometimes flows through, and that's the beauty of manifestation, is trusting. It's actually trusting that what is meant for you will come, and the guidance that you need will flow. And also, me talking right now, I am to a certain extent channeling. I'm not, sometimes I don't remember what I've said on a podcast or was speaking, because it's not always coming from me, it's coming from my team or angels, higher self, and it comes through me from source. So it is interesting when they wake you up but in the middle of the night and you start thinking, oh no, like, but actually it was useful.
Well, yeah, as long as it was useful, that's the main thing. I love that as well. What's meant for us will come to us.
Yeah, it will.
I think that's so important. Oh, Candice, thank you so much for joining me. I've
You're
absolutely
welcome.
loved chatting with you. You're such a lovely light energy.
Oh, thank you so much.
It's been a pleasure. So guys, thank you for joining us. I'll put all Candice's details in the show notes below. She's also running her masterclass, and this is what made me laugh as well. My number is 22, and your membership is, you've just reduced it, haven't you?
Yes, it is.
£22 and 22 pence.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh, here we go. So if you wanted to take
you meant
that
to be in there.
yeah. If you wanted to jump into that, then I'll put those details below as well. So thank you so much for joining me, Candice. Guys,
Oh, you're welcome.
and I'll be back again soon.
See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.